Good morning everyone, welcome back to me, Scott Talks MFC. How are we all doing? Well, just like that, it's the end of the week. God, do you know what the crazy thing is? Since the manager's gone, it seems like that's one problem away. We've got another one to look forward to, which is the board. Given it was transfer week, transfer window closing on Monday, and like I called it out at the end of at the end of August, that come January, we're going to get spin, and linked to every man and his dog. We're going to get no one. And now the whole January's passed and we got linked to everyone, and it's going to be the same dross, same dribble that's going to get spoken about, i.e. we're going to go big in the summer. Listen, we need to move away from all this nonsense that we're going to get anyone. I think the best we're going to get, listen, when we need midfielders, we picked up a freebie like Ericsson, and that's the quality of the board. Our board, no, we should have got someone in. Forget who we should have got. We were getting linked in Adidi and Gomez. No offence to Gomez, even Angel Gomez, who was once at Man United. We should have got him on loan because Wolves got him on loan, and it's not that he would have improved the team, but it's an extra number, and he's a hell of an improvement on Ugarte. Jesus Christ, I'm an improvement on Ugarte, and that's saying something. I can't kick a ball in anger, I've not done so in 10 years, but it's still an improvement on Ugarte. These are the players we're getting linked to. That just shows how far we are falling. That the quality that we're looking at are Ndidi, who's playing in a team in Turkey, a Gomez who's on a free from his current club, I think it's Marseille, or on a loan, because we've got no money and there was no way we were going to buy Angel Gomes. Sorry, not Angel Gomes, the other Gomes who plays for Wolves. You just no way. It's just because this club just stocks rubbish. The board are so inept, and you know what the crazy thing is? After everything that's happened this week in the last month about not getting anyone, the manager going, Michael Carrick coming in as an interim to the interim, because let's be honest, what Fletch did in his 2-3 games didn't really cut it. And the football will take care of itself. But I want to talk about the board first in the protest before I move into tomorrow's pre-match preview. Well, there's a protest on Sunday, and we need to be having one. There's none tomorrow, but Sunday was quite subdued. The protest was quite subdued, and we need to, I've seen footage over the last week of how we took to the streets, what we did in anger when the Glazers first came in. We need to up the ante to that level because they're not listening to us. And I'm sick of it. Do you know the crazy thing is I ordered it because it's a fabulous t-shirt, it's absolutely gorgeous, and I resisted buying it, but I ended up getting it, the Stone Roses t-shirt, like to Man United, just because it's a one-off, and I grew up with Stone Roses, all that kind of genre of music. I'm sending it back just because the transfer activity, and it wasn't just the transfer activity, it's what happened after the transfer activity where the board came out and said, and I actually said at home and to the few people I've been speaking to, I give it 48 hours before we get a leak saying they're going to go big in the summer. What does that exactly mean? I mean, there's no point going big in the summer if we don't get Champions League. Had we gone big in January, we'd have got the Champions League. That's the difference. There's no speculate to accumulate. It's just all hindsight. It's all nonsense. We had the Glazers. They ran a really bad ship. They got rid of the captain who was steering that ship. It was Deadwood and Arnold and Murtagh. Then comes Ineos, and we have Glinios, and they have proven that they are worse than what we went on before it. And if you want to see how bad they are, just look at the clubs that they've got. They're all in the bottom half of the table. Every single one of their teams in the bottom half of the table. That tells you exactly everything about Glinios. And to top it all this how far away our board are and how clueless they are. They've turned around, and the Glazers have come out and said yesterday that the commercial revenue's gone down. But what do you think's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? If the team's not performing well, we've got no money to buy players. like I said, I'm just, my top was 100 and, it was a full sleeve one, so it was £140. I'm returning it. And if there's more people like me who are so anti the owners, they're not buying it, and if they are, when they rush of blood they buy it, they're going to return it because there is no money in the club for the club. And I'm done with filling their pockets. I'd much rather go and get my t-shirt off some backstreet dealer, knowing that's putting food on their table. Because I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to put any more money. And the sad thing is, I'm taking my whole family out tomorrow to the game. That's the first time I've done that in ever. And in fact, sorry, apologies. There's 4 of us going. My daughter's not going because she doesn't want it. She said, Dad, she doesn't want to watch it. But I'm still taking 4 people, including myself. Sorry, correction. There's 5 of us going tomorrow. There's 5 of us going tomorrow. And it's not cheap. It's absolutely not cheap. And we're still putting in. Now the next thing's going to be, just before season tickets renewal, it's going to be, we're going to go big in the summer. Don't trust this board to do nothing. We, the fans, the community, need to go big. We need to go hard. We need to get up and at them. And like myself, no one's listening to people like myself because we're the minority and we've got no people. We need more people following us to make a traction, make an algorithm to turn around and say, we need to get these owners out. We need to do something to get these owners out because what we're doing is not working. They are bad for business. They are absolutely bad for business, and I've been saying it since since Ineos launched it that there's going to be a new stadium. They can't afford a player, never mind a stadium. Yeah, the stadium's looking at £2 billion. They can't get as a player on a free. The money that they're speculating, the money they're going to be saving, the 350 from Rashford, the 350 from Casemiro, the 250 from Sancho, and Malacia, he'll be out. That's where they're predicting to save their money. That's £1 million a week in wages, which is a hell of a lot of money. When you add it all up, that's still £1 million a week. That's a player in itself, £52 million a year, which is just absolutely crazy. And now there's talk about Manu's new contract starting. God, I don't even want to talk about Manu, but one thing I do know, had our previous manager been, I'm done talking about the manager, so I'm going to mention it today, and I think I'm going to call it a day on him. Manu would have been playing for someone else right now. That I can guarantee. He would have gone to Arsenal, maybe not Arsenal, but Villa, maybe even Chelsea. But if not, it would have gone to Lazio. So not Lazio, Napoli. That was definite on the cards, and he would have been gone in the summer. So better late than never. The board got something right. For me, it was 4 months too late. It was half a season too late. It shouldn't even started the season. And if you say backing him by getting him 4 players when he needed about 8, I would hardly call backing him. Arsenal got 10 players in the summer. Man City from last January to this January spent just shy of 600 million. Liverpool spent £500 million in the summer. They just spent another 100 million. Sorry, 60 million. City spent 80-90 million just now. City spent 600 million from last January to this January. That's what you call backing your manager. We get 3-4 players in, and we think that's backing our manager. And all the media are talking about this. Listen, how can we catch up? Arsenal bought 8 players in. City spent 600 million in a year. Liverpool spent £500 million in a year, £500 million plus in 6 months. And given that we finished 15th, how are we going to close the gap? I mean, they're all getting stronger, but we're not even matching. We're not even matching them. Now, the last 3 games, so before I move into the football, so please, let's, the people out there, the people that organise these protests, keep them going, and we need to get them bigger, and we need to, on Sunday, I felt that we should have made it, we should have started it sooner, because we were caught, and it was like a catch-22. Now, the crazy thing is, now I've not heard anything about tomorrow's game, about there's going to be half-price merchandise or deals on merchandise, deals on refreshments and things like that. It's because there's no protest tomorrow. There's none of that going on tomorrow. Which just makes the blood boil, because they knew bad publicity, so they looked at somewhere the PR at Man United is on a different scale. It really is. They're just an old team. It's the only thing they care about is the publicity, and yet they don't realise that the bad publicity they've had for years over the football, the sooner they get that right, the rest will take care of itself. But they've got things in the wrong way around. So before I talk about the football, let's please come together. Please, someone who watches me. I'm not big enough, not popular enough, I'm ugly enough, so no one's paying attention. We need to start a tsunami saying, get them out, get the Glazers out. We need them gone. It's not Glazers, it's Glenios, because we have no future. United is dead. We are a dead club with them. Now, we claim we're an institution, we claim we're the biggest club, we're the third biggest club, or one of the biggest clubs in the world, but we're not behaving like it. Our fans, we've accepted mediocrity. We need to forget that. We need to run these parasites out of town, every single one of them, because until that happens, we're not winning a league under them. We're not moving in the right direction. Even if we get Luis Enrique, who I don't think we get, I think he's going to rock on at City this summer. But that aside, Jesus Christ, we'll probably end up with someone like Gareth Southgate. And if you're going to go for him, I'd rather stick with Michael. But it's too early. It's way too early. Way too early. Right now, it should be full attack on the ownership, and we should not rest. I think we've only got another, is it 6 games at home or 7 games at home after this game, or is this the last one? From every home game now, from here on in, we should be screaming it out. We should be chanting it out till our lungs pop out. Even tomorrow, I hope we can do something and go crazy and just go after the ownership and really show our discontent on them. That aside, I think our next home games, we've not got one for a while actually, because there's a break coming due to us not getting through to the FA Cup. I think 40 games this season. The stupid ownership doesn't realise that of course the revenues drop. We've had no Champions League, who am I kidding? We've had no European football, we've had no League Cup run, we've had no FA Cup run because the team was so crap. The managers couldn't get the team right to go and beat the likes of Grimsby. We couldn't even beat Grimsby. I'm sorry, that's on the manager. And yet, these parasites are saying, why is the revenue down? Well, take your brain for a wobble. I mean, you don't have to go that far back down the memory lane to see what's happened in the last 6 months. Your decisions have cost this team badly. Absolutely, and the fact that you backed the wrong guy. And now you're saying, why is the revenue gone down? Well, that's even without scratching at anything else. That's just looking at the stating the obvious. Less games equals less revenue. It doesn't take a genius to work that out. But these two numpties, Avram and Joel, they need a steward's inquiry to why is the commercial revenue gone down. You can't make this up. This is the leadership of this board. Done talking about the board now. Tomorrow, Tottenham have become, from it's only Spurs boys to our bogey team, and our bogey team is due to our managers because they've always let Spurs roll in and smash us. I mean, Tottenham have given them some royal spankings, which is insane because we've always said it's only Tottenham, and even now Tottenham are playing like Tottenham. And I'm dreading them rolling into Manchester tomorrow and stuffing us again just because they've turned it into our bogey team. But I'm hoping Michael Carrick has addressed the situation and he can get our players rising to the game. I don't believe there's any more injuries. De Ligt's still injured. I think that for me, De Ligt needs to, De Ligt, wherever he's been, he's had a long-term injury. Juventus he was out for quite a while. They moved him on to Bayern Munich. Had a long-term injury there, now he's at Man United, and this was only a knock. How bad is a knock? Because he's been out for months. Now, is this the same injury that's flared up again? Now, is it to do with his back? Now, if he's got no back, I'm sorry, but he's just not going to cut it, because how is he meant to defend? How is he going to put his head on things? How is he going to jump? A defender needs all these attributes in his game, and if he's got this long-standing issue, then it's not going to bode well for him. Not today, not in the future. And we've got to think of the players' health and well-being first. Albeit Man United are playing his wages, but we've got to think of his long-term future as well. So for me, he needs to go in the summer. That's someone else that we need to think about, centre half. I would actually keep Harry now because he even though he's been injured the last couple of seasons in and out, it's still not as long as this. Now, I've got a feeling it's going to be the same team that started on Sunday. If anyone, no, I think he's going to be the same team. I was going to say if anything, he might change Mazarawi for Dallo, but I don't think he will. I think he's going to go with the same team. And why wouldn't you? Because the last 3 games they've put in a decent performance. On Sunday, I thought Sunday was quite of an odd game because Fulham had more possession with us. Every time they had the ball, they looked well in control. And it goes to show they're only. I think if they won on Sunday, they would have been 3 points behind, or they might have gone level on points with us. That's how crazy their season's been. And Marco Silva's done a great job there. And the other thing is, their board listened to the manager. They've just bought a couple of players in summer and they've spent big as well. And they had a couple of nearbys. They did some signings that didn't come through, and they failed on the last day for whatever technical reason. It wouldn't surprise me. Now, just because I'm talking about Fulham, that if United go back in and our summer recruitment's going to be that Berg because he had a good game against it. But to be fair, I remember was it Ten Hag that was linked with him, and the fans went crazy and they opted to go for. This is what I mean. They don't listen. Ten Hag wanted Berg and they end up getting Ugarte. Now Berg would have been an ideal fit. He would have been him sitting next to Manu. What a player! I think, and younger and fresher. It wouldn't surprise me if we pick up someone free and go for him, and then that's meant to be us going big in the summer. With this board, don't put anything past them, right? But I don't want to go back. I just had a thought about our midfield and defence, what we need, and where we're at. Anyway, from the Tottenham team, now they've got a lot of unrest themselves, but they're actually. I know Solanke hobbled off last week, but I've been following the press down there, and they're all saying he's good to go. The Romero thing, that's whether he plays tomorrow, I don't know, just because of what he said. Following the close of there's a player who's called out his board, and what have the board done? They might choose to. Well, they're going to fine them, and obviously that's why the manager's saying they're going to deal with it internally. But they might not play him tomorrow, and if he doesn't play tomorrow, I think they might shelve him for the rest of the season. But I'm a little interested about tomorrow's game. Hopefully he doesn't play because he's a good player, and I think that for me the best player is Andy van der Ven. Now what a player! He's still young. Now that's a player we should be getting in the summer. We should be going all out for this guy because he is chalk and cheese different. He's got pace, he's got power. Him and Harry would be an ideal pairing. I'm not too keen on two left-footed centre halves, so I don't know if him and Leach could play together. But I would absolutely go out to get Andy van der Ven. Now that's what I would call backing your man. You're getting him a better defender than what we've already got, a better midfielders than we've already got. We need big players this year. Right. I want to stop. Right, let's rain check. I can't fix it. I can't do everything in one show. It's all about the game tomorrow. For me, I think, again, I'm not going to put no scoreline prediction because I've been getting them wrong and I've been so bad and we've been playing dire, and even the last 3 games we're on a positive roll. I just hope that continues. Long may it continue under Carrick. Sorry, my cat's just come in. This buzz that we're on with Carrick, I hope it continues. I hope Carrick's bubble keeps continuing. I hope it doesn't get popped tomorrow, because I want to carry on this balloon, keep on the circus. But I don't want the media getting on his back saying, "Oh, give Carrick the job." No, he's not ready for that. Let's just take each game at a time. We need to get Champions League football at all costs. The fact that Chelsea and Liverpool are back into form now, which is worrying for us, because we need to get one of these 4 places. Is it 5? I don't know, but why risk 5th when we can go for 4th? Right now, it's all to play for, and the only thing that's going to let us down, when you look at the other 2 teams, other 3 teams, because Aston Villa's still in it as well, they've got a better squad depth than us, and if we get an injury to Manu or Casemiro, we're done, because we've got no one to come in. Mason Mount, another injury-prone player, another one we need to cut the ties with, because he's been injured more than he's played. Can you rely on him to come in to do what Kobe does or fill in for Casemiro. Hell no. Or you've got Ugarte to come in as for an improvement. Yeah. Well, because we've got another game on Tuesday, hopefully we can get the game in the bag early. 70 minutes, we can rest Casemiro, bring on Sesko, give him some minutes, because it's all about winning. We need to keep the momentum going. We need to keep the momentum going because the other two teams they're at it now. They're going to be relentless. So we need to do our job and not concentrate on the others. And so it's a home game on Sunday. Let's hope we can make another 3 points. Now I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there with my family. It's the first time I'm going to be there with all my family, minus my daughter. So hopefully it's a good day. We enjoy it. It's going to be a cold day, and yeah, my throat. To be fair, I've had a bit of man flu, and I think it might have been a virus because it's kept me down for a lot longer than normally. I'm still not normal now. Hence why there's been low activity, just because I've been struggling on all my platforms, just because I've not been feeling too good. But hopefully I'm on the mend. United are on the mend. Football in terms. I'm not talking about the rest of it because that's a circus. That's a show I'm going to do next week. Because we can't stop this. This needs to start growing. We need to keep this going. But as for now, everyone who's going to go to tomorrow, who's going to wrap up warm because it's going to be freezing. Let's enjoy the game. Let's hope we win. Fingers crossed. And if you're not going to the game, hope you're watching at home and have a fantastic weekend. And hopefully we can do the honours and do the job and bring another victory. So for now, peace, love, respect. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. God bless. Take care.